this episode, we are going to be putting new wheels and tires on my truck and doing a big upgrade as far as the electrical part of this truck. When you install fans, stereo, we actually ran into a problem that almost left me stranded. We're gonna fix that today. Let's get into it. The first part of this video, we're gonna dive into fixing why I almost got stranded. So the problem is it's gotten hot outside. My electric fans that we installed in the last episode are pulling a ton of power from the battery, which puts a ton of strain on the alternator. Things couldn't keep up, and I went to start my truck and there was no lights, no radio, no gauges, nothing. I luckily had a jump starter with me because I sensed that the battery was going bad, but it's a little bit because everything has too much power going on now that the summer is here. Summer's hard on everything. We got more heat, more electricity needed, and it just kills things like batteries, and then it strains alternators altogether. So we're gonna be doing the big 3 upgrade. Randall's gonna break down here in a second. We're gonna make sure that we don't have that happen again. And I actually had the battery light come on my gauges in the truck, which I'll show you right here real quick. I've personally never had this happen in any of my cars before, where like it's so bad that the light comes on the dash. Whoa. I won't even start it this time. Alright, turn the key to the standby position. When the truck is even on, it has this red battery right there. Look, nothing works in here. Door switches don't work, nothing. To fix that, we have a upgraded alternator, upgraded battery. We've got some large wire here and a different belt and some battery terminals. We're gonna pass it off to Randall to explain what's about to happen.
So the best thing about this battery that we're gonna be putting in, it's what they call the big 3 upgrade. Essentially what this is, as you see right here, this is like an 8 gauge wire. Essentially this is what's charging your battery. This is fine in stock form, but once you start adding like subwoofers, light bars, a winch, electric fans, just any accessories to your car, this right here kind of takes a toll on the charging system. So when you upgrade this wire to something similar to this, obviously you can see there's a big difference in the size there. So this is going to allow a lot more current to flow through the wire to charge the battery quicker into where you're not going to strain your system. So like I was saying, with the battery that we have, Optima I think is the only company that will make a side post and a top post. Correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be keeping our factory connectors so we don't have to cut all these and make a bunch of connections. Essentially what we're going to do is add that battery in here, and we're going to add the bigger wire to the back of this alternator and run it to the top post. So we're going to essentially have double the current being flown into the battery.
And lastly, we're going to install an upgraded alternator. We'll get more into that when we install it. Randall, the next part of the process is the alternator and the batteries. You want to tell us why you ordered this one?
I feel like it'd be better to explain this part when I have the old one out so I can compare them side by side.
Here's a up close look at our Optima battery. As you can see, we have posts on the top and the side. This is a cute little cover we got going on here. What is this?
It's a battery tray.
Oh, that sits on it.
Yeah, it sits on there.
Interesting.
And those are the holders. I do know this battery right here is 1,000 cranking amps, and it's got 800 cold cranking amps. You can see right here, CA is cranking amps, CCA is cold cranking amps, amp hours is AH. I don't know what that one means. But cranking amps and cold cranking amps are the 2 things you want to pay attention to when getting a battery. Cold cranking amps on this battery is 650, and regular cranking amps at 32 degrees is 800. So this starter is going to be in for a treat. So I have a bunch of this wire right here to the side. So I just went ahead and cut one to length, put a little connector on here. Looks like this. You just crimp it on, and then I have a ferrule, which is what this end is right here. Looks like this. And these get crimped on as well. However, I use solder so I don't deform the shape of the circle. And then whenever this gets tightened down in here, this screw will essentially make its own crimp mark in the cable. Our shrink wrap from wirecare.com. This right here, this stuff is awesome. Literally just take a piece, kind of guesstimate as to what size you need, cut it to length, heat it up, and then the wire heat shrink will shrink around the wire to protect it and keep any moisture from getting inside of the wire. You got me excited doing something other than turning a wrench right now. Doing some electrical work. Says no one ever. Something in here, this is like almost like the exact size of this hole, so it's a little bit of a tight fit, but there's some burrs in here, so I think that might be what's holding this up.
If you guys want to pick up any of this electrical stuff, wirecare.com will have linked in the description. We appreciate them so much. And then if you guys want to check out our Amazon links down below as well, some of the stuff Randall's talking about and any of the videos, we always have that list that we're adding to down below to Amazon. That link helps us, helps you get what you need. We really appreciate it and want you to check it out.
I'm gonna try and squeeze this down a little bit without deforming it too much. So essentially what I didn't want to do was what I'm doing right now. And like I said before, how it was round and now it's essentially has this bulge in it. So I'm gonna have to just keep going around so I can get this thing at least in like an octagon.
What's up, Nova? Nova. This is Seti's dog. Hey, Nova. good puppy.
So the little trick that I'm doing here is this is a bunch of solder balled up. Throw it inside of here, and then we're gonna probably be easier to do this. So essentially what we're gonna do now is heat this up, and the heat of the torch is gonna melt that solder into the wire where no crimping will be required for this, and it'll be a lot better connection.
I need to take a second and appreciate Randall's Motool Karma Speed collab tee. Oh, whoa, what's going on here?
Speeding up the process, don't want to wait.
What is that going on?
Dipping it in water to cool it off, because I don't have patience to wait for stuff to cool down.
What is that cup of Taco Bell over there?
Yeah, what is that?
That's injector cleaner debris. Quickest access to some kind of drain at that current moment. So cut the size, whatever size you want. Go ahead and slide that down. I like to run it right around there. You can run it up higher, doesn't really matter, it's all preference. As long as the gap between here and the connector is covered, because you don't want moisture getting in there. Meanwhile, I just dipped it in a thing of water, but it's more so long-term moisture exposure to where the wires will start to corrode at that point.
Power wire, check. Now we need a ground. And that's what Randall just cut to size, same kind of wire. Due to lack of materials, aka need more of these, and a couple other things, we are going to use this as the ground for the rest of this video, and Randall's gonna make a new positive wire. Randall's got a little bit of solder again, doing his trick.
It's a little longer than I like, but we'll be fine.
What do you want me to say?
Shout him out.
Shout him out.
Am I telling him what he said?
Yep.
Randall wants me to bring this up on camera. Why do you want me to bring this up?
Why not?
Is this something people need to know?
I guess.
So, shout out to our homie Jacob, you know who you are on Instagram. He let me know that the videos have not been as good because it's all the homies in them and not me, so we gotta get me in it more, so.
There we go.
I guess I gotta be in the vids more, guys. It's my YouTube channel or something, I don't know how this works. Alright, now that I'm in the video, what are we gonna do?
Step one, we're gonna take off the belt. So we have a 15 millimeter on our belt tensioner right here. Go ahead and push down on it. Pull this guy off. Next, before we start disconnecting any wires on our alternator, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery.
Oh, check out that new tee though.
I already went there, dog.
Ah.
I already went there. Hey Randall, will you let me do something so I can have my YouTube channel back?
Yeah, you can disconnect the wire on the back of the alternator.
I'm just kidding. I love when Randall does all the things on my vehicles. It's really awesome having help and not have to do any work yourself most of the time. You just get to hold the camera. It's way easier than working on cars because I just get pissed a lot of days. Alright, we are disconnecting our power wire from our alternator that takes all the juice that is not sufficient right now. Alright, there we go. Look at that thing. That's what was getting all the power to the battery. That's cute. I'm surprised it didn't melt. Now we're disconnecting the alternator. Connector on the back of here, if I can get to it. Got our sick Vortec cover in the way. Where's the thing at?
It's like a latch.
See, this is why Randog's here.
Yeah, I don't know anything. Oh, the Vortec cover's coming off. Oh, you got the primer out for a reason. Look at this, man. He knows. It's like you've done this before.
A few times.
Pry bars, hands down, one of the things we use the most, and that is also on our Amazon list down below. Don't sleep on the pry bars. Randall has tippy toes right now?
Yeah. So as you can see, we have a difference in our case. Right here we have a case spacer. This one does not. Essentially whatever they got going on inside of here, bigger, better. Bigger's not always better, but I guess in this case it is. So with this alternator, you can see it stands a little bit taller than the factory one. So the reason why we took the belt completely off is because we have a new belt that is just a little bit longer that'll go around this pulley. Right there. And that's all there is to it. Everything else is the same. Connectors are the same.
Ooh, we need a part number for the boys. Right here. The DLG guy right there.
So that's the AutoZone part number. So as you saw that I had to pry the alternator out, right here there's these little, I forget, collar pins or whatever. Whenever you tighten the bolt down, these squeeze in with it, which I guess grip the alternator better. So to get it in easier, come on the back side here, whack them. and you'll see them move. All you need is just a little bit. Just like that. And now, it'll slide right in.
We were talking a second ago how this is the first vehicle I've given time and money and attention to in the proper order. We did stock suspension, stereo, air conditioning was first, and fans. Now we're doing an alternator mod. How boring. But it's nice to have a vehicle that runs all the time. Shing, shing. Whoa, it makes noise. Shing, shing. Is that a turbo?
We need some turbo sounds.
Sorry, I'm freaking you up right now. This is why I should be behind the camera.
Feels. We need a little stool for Randog over here.
My freaking knees are sweaty. They're gonna be slipping off this here in a second.
Just that friend that's just always putting their hands in like... If you guys are picking up this wind on the mic at all, it's freaking flowing in here. For Randog, to keep this man's cool, it takes a AC unit on full blast, a swamp cooler on 1 or 2 setting over here. So we got a lot of airflow going on. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. Randog, how's your coolant temp right now?
It's still running a little hot.
Are you like 220 right now?
Definitely. We got 1 chrome pulley on this unit.
You like chrome pulleys?
I guess.
Looks better than the other ones.
Yeah. I don't know.
This thing billet?
Furthest from billet.
It's the randomest things I say that make Randall laugh hard. It's never what I think it's gonna be. I don't know how serious we want to take it. Calling each other on the video our titles in the company.
So what, like me, Shreddy, Randog over there?
No. Your title is creative director.
Oh,
So-
titles. Hello, automotive director.
Yeah, see? Yours is creative director. I'm chief visionary officer.
Yeah, let's not do that.
We got Austin, who's our lead sales director. I don't know. Ask our automotive director.
What's your thoughts, director?
I don't know. I just work here.
Randall's about to direct this belt on the system right here, the serpentine system. Alright, so part number for your belt is this one right here, hopefully. We had to get a second one because the other one wasn't long enough, so if you're wanting the belt, screenshot that. Are we good? Is this the one?
That's the one right there.
That Duralast branding is flex right there. It's gonna look like tire letters for my belt.
Pull this old paperweight out of here.
What is a glorified paperweight?
Freaking lead battery.
I don't get the
Any
joke.
random object that's heavy is considered a paperweight to an old man like Randall, our automotive director. He's not very literal.
Makes a little more sense.
Now this
Drop that out.
said you can't cuss on here.
Oh yeah.
Randall got some new sockets. I feel like if we put the longer one next to it, it would look like you and I. No, that's not you. Get the taller one. That's not right. That's not a right aspect ratio. Here, there's me and Randall hanging out. That's so stupid. I don't know why that's funny. Nova had to come check out what's funny.
New shop dog.
Nova, it's hot out here.
Don't care.
I still don't really know what the concept of this bar is.
It's for impact.
Yeah, but it's not very strong, so.
Nova, it feels good right here. Alright, Nova, get the 10 mil. Come on. Come on.
We need help.
Do something
Need
around
back
here.
up.
Here, let me show you where it's cold.
She'll probably just walk right away.
Oh, here we go. Here's the thing we need. Oh, it comes with like a whole bunch of little pieces.
We just need that on
This is, yeah.
Where are the side posts? That's what I'm tripping about.
Right here.
Are they threads?
Yeah.
Oh, duh, like the other ones.
I didn't know side posts were a thing.
Sadly, they are.
And this is the only battery that has side post and top post.
Oh, really?
So you can run all kinds of accessories. That's what Randog, our automotive director, educated us on earlier. We need a battery handle delete.
Cam's a little sacrilegious today.
I'm a big Pepsi guy. Real big Pepsi guy.
Warm soap guy?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what it tastes like.
Wow.
Warm soap?
Yeah. When Pepsi,
Says the one that likes Arrowhead.
Why are you drinking soap, boss?
when Pepsi's warm, it just like has a soapy taste. My mom used to put freaking cayenne pepper in her mouth. And
Oh
so
my.
good.
I had to do like Dove soap.
soap method, but
Yeah, we used to get soap, and then once that stopped working, my mom was like, all right, you guys are getting toasted.
You literally just cussed when you said that sentence. That's so funny.
see, our deal is gonna fit.
That's That's our, you want to know that on ground, don't you?
You want to make sure the positive touches the ground, yeah. When your ground's hooked up.
I'm talking about the red wire, that's our ground.
Yeah, but I'm gonna see if it fits. She wouldn't even fit. This is now our ground.
So we're having 2 power wires?
Well, we're gonna run the red wire as a ground and the black wire as our positive, sadly, because we ran out of materials.
We're basically making it simple. The traditional way to do it is removing that and just using this, and obviously you got to split all the other wires going into your starter and whatnot. People will probably say this is not the correct way to do it, but I don't see any issue in it.
You want me to put both on here, right?
Yeah.
On the back of the new alternator, we've got our original power wire, the thin one, and our new one. Since we're adding on, we're just gonna put both on there and snug down this nut right here. How you feeling about this?
I don't necessarily like this connection as much. It's not as pretty, but I wasn't able to get it inside to here. So we'll probably figure out another solution once I come across one to readjust this, but for now it'll work.
And if you're confused, Randall attached the power wire here on the bolt instead of sticking it through these holes that you mentioned earlier. Keep in mind. So we're gonna run that, but we have those holes like you said also. If we ever hook up light bars, other accessories, we have tons of more ports to add to drive electricity to if needed. Randall just got zapped.
I think it's zapped, it's just sparked.
And you want me to put this bolt back right there?
Yep.
Is this a joke?
You're not gonna hit. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, just studies.
DC power is a lot different than AC power.
Time to get a little wake up.
I'm ready grounded out.
Randall's swamp cooler sounds like a fish tank in here.
Sure does.
We're ready to rip.
Just about.
What's next?
I gotta clean up the wires a little bit.
Oh, we gotta put these back on. Alright, our regular side posts.
Alright, she's ready.
Zip ties snipped. Power, ground, battery terminals, add-on, Vortec hood stack.
I always have to do that too.
Yeah, dude. You're like, is it which way again? This thing is so weird. Randall has this snap-on deal that always throws me and Seti off. It has a rocker switch, and you never know which is to turn it tighter or looser. The top is tighter, which I feel like is like backwards.
Right.
Because you like want to pull the trigger of a gun, but that's what loosens this. Randall thinks we're idiots. Bam. Time to start this thing. Those cold cranking app upgrade that we got. How many horsepower did this starter just gain?
About at least 50.
So we just found out that a wire is messed up on this plug. So
All the way at the other end.
so what do we do now, automotive director? Because I don't know what to do.
You gotta get a new plug.
They make those?
Yeah.
AutoZone? Yes.
Another run.
I did not know this existed. Randall has a butane soldering iron. No cord. See, it's like steaming hot at the top. Well, that's cool. Wait, why are you soldering the tips? What does that do?
So I'm just preparing I'm gonna solder the other ends too. It's just easier for me at least to solder the two pieces together that way.
Step 1, strip wire.
Before we solder it, we want to slide our heat shrink over the wires. It's a step that's commonly missed. You just forget about it and you gotta redo your work because you forgot your heat shrink. So essentially what we want to do here is just line our wires up. Since these are all white, it's an aftermarket plug. Obviously our one that broke is this far left one, so we're just gonna start with that wire.
Oh, it's, oh my, this thing.
How'd you
Magnetic too? Wow. Wire carrier, baby. We love you.
Very much. So the Tessa tape here, this essentially acts as, not necessarily a wire loom, but it's what you use on the wire before you put wire loom on. We're all out of our smaller wire loom, so until we get more in stock, we're gonna be running it just like this for now, which it's up out of the way, not really near any heat, so I'm not too worried about it, but that will get addressed when we have more wire loom in stock.
All right, now we should be charging. All our gauges are working, battery's gone. Whoa, our voltage is higher than normal, baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kick them fans on. Look at it, kicked back up. It's going up higher. So instead of it going down, it's going up higher at idle.
It's making some juice.
Oh yeah. solid.
We are officially summer ready. Look at the tire letters.
Sounds like it's got a supercharger on it.
I know. Just pulled it out in front of my house. It's got to be this alternator, and can't hear it from here. It literally has like its own whine to it. Like the look of these Kansai wheels, you can click the link down in the description. Go get some for your Silverado. I'll leave all the specs down below. If you want to check out a video right here where we get some parts from carparts.com to bring this salvage title Silverado back to life, you can click on this video right here. We'll go through the whole process. This is like my favorite vehicle, most reliable one I have, and it's one of the cheapest and needed a lot of work, but it was a good time. See you over here.